Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Vainu's product release webinar. 30 minutes this morning. I thought that I'll skip long introductions, so we'll jump right into it. I'm gonna show you the product release that we have lined up today. My name is Mikko. I'm one of the co-founders of Vainu, and together with the product team, we're very excited to show you what we've been building for the contacts feature lately. So let's go right into it. First one that we're releasing is that we are bringing in a lot more contacts into Vainu. So new decision makers available in all the Nordic countries. Together with our data research team. Data research team is a group of individuals, local people who live in Denmark, Finland, Norway, and Sweden. They review, validate, and find contacts and decision makers. And then we combine, of course, more automated methods to collect new contacts and decision makers. We look at social channels, we look at company websites, we, of course, look at official business registries. And combined, the outcome is that we have been able to more than double the amount of contacts we have available in Denmark, for example. Then we have seen an increase of 50%, roughly 50% in Finland and Norway, and 60% in Sweden. And please keep in mind that we don't count those contacts that don't have either phone or email address available. So we only focus on those contacts that are actually actionable for the sales team, meaning that we have a phone number for them or email address available for them. If we look at these new contacts by job function, so we have built a model that automatically connects a job title with a job function so that it's very easy for you when you do sales prospecting or build your ideal customer profile lists. You can easily pick one of the functions to get decision makers from that function. And here you can see the new contacts, the ones that we just added into Vainu platform based on the function they work at. So you can see lots of new contacts, of course, from sales, finance, technology, customer success, health, communications functions. But you can also see some maybe more unique functions. Sustainability is a good example. Many people and many customers have requested from us that we would work hard to find also sustainability decision makers, and now we have plenty of them available as well. If your own buyer persona is not visible or has a very unique title, we also have title keyword search available, meaning that you can use exactly the title you're interested in. But this is live, so a lot more contacts and decision makers available for all of you who are using Vainu Contacts feature. Then next one up is, or first I'll talk about the contacts once more and try to highlight the most common use case for different teams, different users that we have. Sales prospecting is quite obvious, right? You use company database and contact databases to do prospecting to find very quickly the companies and contacts you want to do business with. You don't want to spend a lot of time on prospecting. You want to spend your time on sales. Now, when you do the search, you simply have more results for every search because we have more contacts available. So that's very powerful. And now you can be even more detailed when it comes to unique titles, and you get more results even if you pick a function that is maybe not so common to go after. CRM teams, RevOps people, sales ops people, CRM admins. The good news is that you can also bulk export these contacts into CRM, and it of course makes it easier to build campaigns when you can use function and title when building lists in the CRM. And for those of you who are using, for example, Vainu API, these contacts are also available in the API, meaning that you can use Vainu contact data also outside outside of the CRM in other business systems. Then the other release, and I think this one was the title we used when we announced the webinar. I think it was already 10 years ago when Vainu released workflow triggers. So we have been one of the first companies believing in signal-based sales. And now we have spent a lot of time to make one of the most powerful trigger events even more powerful. So we're releasing contact triggers. What this means is that you can track new decision makers and new contacts and get notified automatically whenever any of your ideal customers is appointing a new decision maker that works in that job function you're interested in. So I have a couple of screenshots how it looks. First of all, you can very easily build the list as you know and pick and choose the function you're interested in. We also introduce a new filter called recent hire. We've got feedback from many of you that you'd like to have specific campaigns for those contacts that are quite new in the company. So they have a new role, a new company. Often, of course, those individuals are building lots of new plans. So if you use that recent hire filter, you will limit the results into those contacts that have joined the company within the last 12 months. But then if you want to track new ones, so the only thing you need to do is to build the search once. You create your own ideal customer profile, or you can use your existing list of customers from the CRM. And then you pick and choose the job function and the title you're interested in. And then Vainu will monitor any new decision makers that we detect. So if companies appointing a new head of finance or head of HR, you get notified automatically. And not only through email. So email notification is of course available, but we believe that if you want to do this systematically and make sure that this approach is scaling, we need to bring this data directly into the CRM. We support, with this feature, we support Salesforce, we support HubSpot, we support Pipedrive, and also Microsoft Dynamics. So you can, from the connector settings, very easily define how these new contacts will be sent into your CRM. So if your ICP company hires a new decision maker, Vainu can automatically create a task in your CRM and automatically assign it to that person who owns that company in the CRM. So that's definitely prospecting automation. People will get notified whenever there's a new decision maker, and we all know that it often opens up a window of opportunity for sales. And at least it's important to introduce yourself and make sure that you have a good connection with that recently hired decision maker. So very easy, and we support Salesforce, Pipedrive, HubSpot, and Dynamics. And this is how it looks. Then you can create tasks, you can create deals, you can create leads, couple of screenshots. Then CRM users, they don't have to go into Vainu. They will automatically see these tasks in their CRM, regardless of the CRM you use. So we can do this for HubSpot, Salesforce, Dynamics, and Pipedrive. Very easy. Salespeople open up their list of tasks and activities, and they will see these recently hired decision makers, and those tasks are assigned automatically for them. So if we look at the use cases again, why this is important and how to use it, sales teams, the ones that are doing prospecting, as I mentioned already quite a few times, this is really about automating the process. You want to know when there's an important decision maker, and now we can automate that whole process for you, and you will receive the task in the CRM. It also saves time because you don't have to go back to Vainu all the time to see if we have detected new contacts, new decision makers. We're scanning those companies and new hires automatically, and whenever we detect new individuals that are working in the functions you have defined, we'll notify you. CRM teams, as I mentioned, important that you understand and build that workflow so that those tasks get created automatically. Some companies might want to use another object. So instead of using a task object, you can also use notes, for example, or opportunities or deals. But our recommendation for most of you is to use tasks so that salespeople can easily see these new sales opportunities as tasks in the CRM. You can also build campaigns for new decision makers. Many of you, if you want to personalize the approach, your approach might be a little bit different if you know that the person is quite new in the company or in the role. And data teams, as mentioned, Vainu contact data is available in the API, so it makes it easy to prioritize the contacts that have recently joined the company. Couple of FAQs, questions that we received in advance from those individuals who got a chance to see it already. So pricing, this is included in the contacts feature, so it's not an additional price point. So if you have access to Vainu contacts feature, you will see the new contacts and also the trigger capabilities in the platform. Keep in mind, we have two different platforms. I'm calling them here old platform and new platform. The easiest way to know which one you're using is to look at the website address you use when you log into Vainu. Vainu.app is the new platform. So if you use Vainu platform and you look at the URL, if it says Vainu.app, then you're using the new one. And that's the platform where contacts feature is available, and also these contact triggers. They are not and they won't be available in the old platform. It says app.vainu if you use the old one. My recommendation is to, of course, migrate from old platform to new platform. If you have any questions how to do that, account managers and Vainu support, of course, more than happy to help you out. This can be also, even if you don't have contacts feature, or if you don't have a Vainu license at the moment, of course, you can try it out and set up a free trial. You can do it through Vainu account managers, or simply go to vainu.com and request free trial. Then hopefully I get your attention for this one specific piece, because this is quite interesting. Detected versus started. So when we find a new contact, let's say that it's a head of finance at a company in Finland. So when we detect a new person, we don't always know if the person has been in that company already for a long time, or if the person was recently started. So if we don't know if the person just recently started, we call it that we detected a new contact and a new decision maker. But if our data research team has also validated the contact and we know the date when the person joined that company, you will see additional information, and then you can also see the start date. And that's the data point we use in that filter where you saw that you can limit the searches in recent hires. So two different type of contact triggers. Detected means that Vainu, for the first time, detected a new decision maker, a new contact. So it's a great person to go after. And some contacts have additional information highlighting the start date in that company, meaning that you know if the person is very new in the company, if they started, for example, in the previous month or 2 months ago. So important detail, and good to know. Then on LinkedIn, I promised that in this live webinar, I'll also talk about the product roadmap next 12 months a little bit, because I think we have had a very good momentum in the product team already quite some time, and lots of new things, some of them already being ready, to be released and some things that we're at the moment finalizing. So I asked our product managers to highlight some of the things they want to communicate for different teams: sales, prospecting, CRM teams, and data teams. It's good background information that this is how we sort of see the market, that sales teams and go-to-market teams, they of course differ when it comes to go-to-market maturity, like how mature and how advanced they are in the tactics that they use in their go-to-market efforts. If you're very new and just about to start, maybe it's enough if you just use an Excel sheet. Then when you grow and when you hire often some additional salespeople, you start implementing CRMs. And when you're a big corporation, you often have your own data teams and data warehouses, and building the go-to-market technology stack is quite different depending on where you are in that journey. But we have solutions for all of you. So for the ones that are very early in the process, Vainu platform is the place to go. You can also see I mentioned Vainu free. There will be more information about that quite soon. So we also want to have a free version available for tiny teams that are using Excel and they also need good prospects. Then when you implement the CRM, we want to provide a connector. We want to make sure that we automatically keep that CRM data up to date. And for those companies that already have data teams in place, we provide an API and a lot of unique data points so that you can build, for example, your own models for lead scoring and segmentation. But this was background information. So these are the highlights our product managers wanted to highlight. Sales prospecting first. At the moment, you can export company data and contact data out from Vainu platform. You can take a CSV file out of it. Many of you have asked that you'd like to get Excel directly from the platform. So that's coming, and it's actually coming very soon. Then if you build sort of call lists, or if you have an external agency maybe helping you out to book meetings, you often need one company and one contact per row in that Excel. So we're also building a model that automatically picks the best possible contact for you in case we have multiple contacts per company that meet the search criteria. Might sound very detailed, but it's actually important when it comes to the workflow and the speed, that it's as smooth as possible. You take the Excel out and you have one company and automatically selected the best possible contact for you, including the contact details. Then it's very easy to share that list with SDRs or external agencies you might be using. Also, group companies. So there's lots of group companies that have subsidiaries and other companies. We're now working closely with some of our customers to make it easier to include or exclude, depending on what you want to do, those group companies from the search results. So that's also important for prospecting. For example, if you want to automatically exclude all the subsidiaries and you don't want to see them in the search results, we want to make that possible as well. And of course, at this very moment, like now when we're all of us joining this webinar, we have the data research team, we have our automated methods collecting more contacts and more decision makers for you. And of course, that process also generates contact triggers as we speak. CRM teams, if you use the connector, you know that it's all about matching the companies with companies in Vainu database. Sometimes you have a certain percentage of companies that are unmatched. Maybe you don't have a business ID available. You're not using the official name. We're building additional tools to make it even easier to match every single company you have in the CRM so that the percentage of unmatched companies approaches 0. Only that way you can really say that you have your CRM data up to date and enriched all the time. Also, not only company data, but we want to help you to keep contact data up to date. We all know that titles might change, the functions they work might change, and people these days, they also change companies quite recently. So we're now building also an update module that will help you to keep contact data up to date. So not only company data, but also contact data up to date. Many of you have spent lots of time on manual cleaning processes once a year, twice a year. We believe that we can automate most of that work by introducing enrichment and automatic data upgrades for contacts, and also group structure management in the CRM. As I already mentioned when I was highlighting the prospecting use cases, it's important also in the CRM that you can build group structures since we have the data in the Nordics. And then data teams, good news. You should have seen how excited some of our developers are regarding these updates. So we're introducing and documenting very soon a new API version 3 with a lot more new capabilities. My personal favorite is that we can also now start serving AI teams and ML teams, because we have very interesting data set, of course, regarding the companies and contacts in the Nordics, and we can start providing, for example, text vectors for those AI teams and ML teams when they're building their own models. So if you have that type of team in place, I would imagine then you're a little bit bigger company, we should definitely speak, because I think this type of data sets are useful when building their own AI and ML models for go-to-market purposes. And we have also taken a couple of pilots where we take more proactive approach when it comes to custom data sets. So data sets that Vainu doesn't provide at the moment. Would like to hear what type of data sets you're interested in. And then we have a group of account managers and data engineers that are happy to help you out and do the discovery if it's easy to add on an on-demand basis for you. So all these things are something that we're currently working on. Some of them are actually ready and will be released already this year, and some others are topics that we're working on in 2025. All right, so what to do next? Going back to the release we just made, my recommendation is simply to try it out. It's excellent. A lot more contact data and contact triggers. In my opinion, the most powerful trigger event. New person joining an ICP company, definitely a good time to do business. If you use the new platform, Vainu.app, and you have contacts feature, the only thing you need to do is to log in to Vainu, and you will see all the results there towards the end of the day today, and you can start using it. If you use the old platform, app.vainu, you can just open up the chat or contact your account manager and ask how to migrate into the new platform so that you can start using contacts. If you don't have the contacts feature in your Vainu subscription, you can try it out, of course. So contact your account manager or open up the chat support and ask us to activate that one for you. And for those of you who are not yet customers, well, the easy way, most likely you guessed already, just go to vainu.com and request a free trial. November and December, excellent time to do sales. Many companies still have some money left in the budget. Lots of companies doing annual planning, creating plans for next year. So now it's definitely prime time to be in touch with companies. And with this release, it's even easier than before. So many new contacts, and you can automatically track whenever there's a new buyer that Vainu has detected for you. And you will see that not only in the Vainu platform, but also in your CRM. So happy hunting. Hopefully you enjoyed the releases, and big thanks everyone for watching.